This Gypsy Rose situation is starting to heat up, and I love to see it. Now, as we all know, Gypsy has been putting her crossed eyes in front of every single camera that she can. But now, finally, Ryan is starting to work up the courage to speak out and tell his side of the story. And let me just say this. If I was Ken, Gypsy's new boyfriend slash ex-fiance, if I was Ken, I would be scared right now. Because from the way Ryan is talking, he says it's on site. Now, for the older folks watching this video, on site means that on site, when Ryan sees Ken, he's putting hands on him. Okay? That's what Ryan is basically saying. And let me tell you this. Ryan is a big dude. And Ryan loves wrestling. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ryan choke slam Ken. I honestly, just go ahead and book these guys for a Hell in the Cell match. I would love to see it. But let's go ahead. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and dive into what Ryan has to say. I'm still trying to figure out what transpired. Like it happened 2 months ago, says Ryan when speaking of the relationship with Gypsy. We were married, and now it's like I haven't seen her. We had a disagreement, and then she left, and I haven't seen her since. I'm still processing. We were married 1 minute, and the next, she's gone. I'm just so blindsided by how fast the process went. I am blindsided by how fast it was like, I'm going to stay with my parents for the weekend, and then it's, I'm never coming back, to now it's, I'm with Ken, in love with him, he's my soulmate, and I'm sitting here like, wait, we were just married like a week ago. So, from what Ryan is saying, when Gypsy left, supposedly she was going to stay the weekend with her stepmom and her dad, right? With her family. And then that weekend turned into, oh, I'm never coming back home, Ryan. And then like the next day, she's with her ex-fiance talking about how they're soulmates, they're getting matching tattoos, and Ryan's sitting here like, what in the hell is going on? We're still married. We were just living life as a happy married couple 3 days ago. And now all of this is going on. Now let me tell you this, Ryan. Things don't just happen like this naturally. This means that there was a plan. When Gypsy left you to go to her parents' home for the weekend, she was never planning on coming back. And I can guarantee you she was all the way in touch with Ken already. Because you see, people like Gypsy, they can't be single. They need someone, right? They need someone to be showering them with attention and things like that. So Gypsy made sure that she had a backup plan. And that's what we're watching right now. And I feel bad for Ryan because I don't think that Ryan fully realizes what transpired here. I think he has a good idea. I think he's catching on. Maybe it's harder for someone that's trapped in this situation to see the reality of things, but from the outside looking in, I can tell Ryan for a fact that yes, Gypsy's friends and family, stepmom, got into her ear about your relationship. They hooked her up back with her ex-Ken. All of this was already in motion while she was living with you, and the moment she stepped out the door, she already knew what she was planning to do. But let's go forward. During Ryan's interview, Ryan wavered when asked about the future of his relationship with Gypsy. He revealed that the estranged pair have stayed in touch since their split. Nothing like all night on the phone talking, he clarified, but I mean, we still communicate. He also shared that he was confused when Gypsy DM'd him recently to show off her new look after having cosmetic surgery and changing her hair by doing a big chop and adding highlights. I question that to this day. It makes you wonder, you know. With Gypsy, you always get mixed messages. Yes, Gypsy is manipulating you. Gypsy's out here banging her ex-fiance, having her ex-fiance take her to get her hair did, and then afterwards she shows you, hey, look at my glow up, Ryan. Look at my glow up. Look at my new nose. Look at my new hair. No, I didn't do these things to make myself look better when I was in the relationship with you. I did this for Ken. You know what I mean? One thing about a woman, when a woman breaks up with a man, they always have this glow up period. When they start taking care of themselves and worrying about their appearance. But why weren't you worried about that while you were married to your husband? Shouldn't you want to do these things for your husband? Now, I would argue you don't need to get the plastic surgery and do the hair and all that stuff. But if you're doing these things to make yourself, I guess, in her eyes, more attractive, why wouldn't you do that for your husband? But women like Gypsy, they always do this. They have the glow up after the breakup. They give you the worst of them, and then they go on to be a better version of themselves. And everyone's looking at the better version of, Gypsy, wondering, what did Ryan do to end this? Why is it Ryan's fault? No, Gypsy's fault. All the way Gypsy's fault. But let's go forward. However, Ryan says that he has no desire to talk things out with Ken, adding that he believes in hindsight that Blanchard was possibly talking to her ex while telling Ryan Anderson, that she wasn't. Yeah, obviously. She was obviously in touch with this dude. And as I was saying about Gypsy's, her surgery and her hair, why are you sending these photos leading Ryan on? She's keeping Ryan on the hook. She's playing with his heart, knowing at any moment, Gypsy can go running back to Ryan. And the way Ryan is talking right now, he will accept her back with open arms, despite the embarrassment, despite everything that she did to him. And that's sad. Fellas, you cannot let ladies walk all over you, treat you any type of way, and then take them back. The best thing that Ryan can do is go get you another woman. And then Gypsy's really going to want to come back. Then she'll really be jealous. But yeah, as Ryan said, Gypsy sends mixed messages because she's a manipulator. Leaving Ryan, moving on with a new man wasn't enough. She still has to poke into Ryan's life and manipulate him in any way she can. She wants to make sure that he isn't happy and thriving and that he's still stuck on her while she's stuck on someone else. But let's go forward. Ryan says that Ken doesn't want to see me. He does not want to catch me in public. That's all I'm saying. Okay, see, this is what I like. Ryan's out here saying Ken doesn't want to see me. Ken doesn't want to catch me in public. So I can read in between the lines. I understand some people can't. Basically, Ryan's saying that, hey, if I catch Ken in public, I'm going to whoop that trick. Okay, I'm going to whoop that ass. So in my mind, I see a perfect opportunity here. Gypsy is desperate for clout, desperate to be this reality show star. Celebrity boxing has become a big thing. And sometimes it's like a celebrity versus a real boxer, or like a content creator, a YouTuber versus a real boxer. We got that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight coming up in November. I say we need a celebrity boxing match between Ken and Ryan. Hell, Gypsy's signing on for new reality shows every other day. Why not sign on for that? Ryan versus Ken in the boxing ring. I would love to see it, and my money is all the way on Ryan. But let's go forward. Ryan says that he has no comment when asked what he would tell Ken if he watches the interview. However, he had some terse words for Gypsy. She knows what happened, he stated. She knows the truth. Amid some hard feelings, however, Ryan insisted that when it came to the breakdown of his relationship with Gypsy, love was never our issue. The love me and Gypsy have for each other never went away, he said. We still care about each other. We still have love for each other. Just things got in the way. Life happens, She's trying to figure out who she is, and a lot of stuff is happening. I just question things to this day. When me and Gypsy speak, I'm going to still have my moments where I'm like, maybe, you never know. So as I was saying, obviously, Ryan's in some, I don't know how to put this. Ryan's in somewhat of a stage of denial. I fully believe that Ryan still has tons of love for Gypsy. I fully believe that he still cares about Gypsy. I don't believe for 1 second that Gypsy ever loved or cared about him. I believe that he was nothing more than a stepping stone, someone that she viewed as an opportunity to take advantage of when she got out of jail. At her core, Gypsy Rose is a manipulating scammer. You know, you can place a lot of labels on her. She's a murderer. She's a reality show star. She's this, she's that. But at her core, she is a con woman, a con man, a con artist. And Ryan was just part of the con to ensure that she had a place to go, to ensure that she had money on her books, to ensure that, hell, when she's bored in jail with nothing to do, at the end of the day, she always has someone to talk to. Ryan was nothing more than a useful tool in Gypsy's life. I don't believe that in her eyes she was ever, or that Ryan was ever her love interest. I don't believe any of that. I believe that Gypsy is a big phony. And now that Gypsy sees, oh wait, the outside world, the general public doesn't like me. They don't like Ken, but everyone loves Ryan. So now she's trying to keep that communication in case she has to circle back to Ryan for ratings in the future. Oh, how can I get a season 4 of the Gypsy Rose reality show? Maybe I'll get back with Ryan. And I hope that Ryan's not there to fall for this because, as I've said so many times in the past, all of these different people in Gypsy's life, she views them as characters on her TV show. They're there for the storylines. They're not there for anything real, if you feel me. Like in Ken's mind and Ryan's mind, and maybe these relationships are real, but in Gypsy's mind, she sees dollar signs and she sees clout and attention. So her breaking up with Ryan, because at first, people weren't really feeling Ryan when Gypsy got out. So she breaks up with Ryan, and then she sees that, wait, people love Ryan. Now she's back in touch with him, sending him photos of her new hairdos and stuff like that. But let's go forward. Despite the love that remains, Ryan no longer wears his wedding ring and got candid when asked about the moments that took a serious emotional toll on him. There's just so much damage that has been done, you know. The matching tattoos broke my heart. That killed me. And that's one of those things that was very permanent. It's one of those things you cannot take back. Exactly, Ryan. Gypsy can't take that back. Therefore, you shouldn't take her back. Because I'm starting to see the writing on the wall already. It's like someone went in, you know, you're taking a hot, steamy shower and they write a little message on the mirror. We're starting to see it, okay? We're starting to see, or maybe you're not starting to see it. I'm starting to see where this is going. There's going to be a circle back to Ryan. I can almost guarantee it. The way these interviews are going and some of the information that's been revealed, I do think we're going to see a circle back to Ryan. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. Because Ryan doesn't deserve the things that he's being put through with this crazy woman. But let's go forward. Ryan is still processing everything that's happened, but he says he's gaining more clarity. I see things that have happened. She's definitely not the girl that I fell in love with, he said of Gypsy. I still covet that girl that I fell in love with, and I wish she was still there. That girl you fell in love with was a con artist that viewed the dollar signs attached to your name. And I'm not saying that Ryan was rich, but it doesn't matter if Ryan was rich. Ryan was willing to split and share his money and his time with Gypsy, willing to put money on her books, willing to visit her in prison, willing to be there for her when she got out. She viewed Ryan as someone who she knew that she could depend on when she got out of jail. I don't think she ever, I don't think she ever planned on staying with him at all. And he says that Gypsy has changed. I don't think that Gypsy has necessarily changed. I think that Gypsy has just now been given the opportunity to show the world who she truly is. Without given the opportunity of these TV shows, these interviews, and these book deals, maybe Gypsy Rose would have taken a different route. A different route trying to obtain fortune and fame some other way. And maybe it would have been harder for us to see her true colors. But the Gypsy we're seeing now, it's not a changed Gypsy. It's just a Gypsy that has been given the opportunity to really show how shitty of a person she is. And boy, oh boy, has she shown it. She has shown her true colors. They are shining brightly for the world to see. So all of this Gypsy has changed because of the cameras, because of the fame. No, this is what Gypsy wanted. Gypsy hasn't changed. She just took the mask off once the camera started rolling. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. But I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.